to the fiscal year 2009 level of $8 million. This again is for a youth at risk program that's targeted at reducing juvenile delinquency in high-risk areas and also at reducing youth violence and keeping young people on a positive path through employment. Primary source from the state level. 8,500 young people received those summer job opportunities, but there are 5,500 more young people who are on track to be denied summer jobs in Boston. And this line item does not even serve only Boston, but rather high-need communities across the state, including Lynn, Lowell, Chelsea, Framingham, Springfield, New Bedford, Fall River, and Worcester. Young people under the age of 19 shot in Boston since last May alone. Let me tell you about some of them. On May 7th, 2009, Sohail Turner was just 15 years old when he was shot and killed in broad daylight while waiting for the school bus, just 18 years old. Sohail was described by everyone who knew him as a young man who is not gang involved and who loves sports. His killing is thought to be a gang ritual. Jaywan Martin, in memory of whom we stood in recess from this chamber last night. He was shot and killed at about 3:30 in the afternoon on the day before Mother's Day. Jaywan was an exceptional 8th grade student at the James Timilty Middle School. It was a matter of sheer luck. And again, this young man, 16 years old, was shot at 3:30 in the afternoon on the back row a few weeks ago. And I would like the members, I would like my colleagues to take a moment and consider the experience of attending the funeral of a 14-year-old honor roll student who was shot in broad daylight in your at their classmate dead. And watch on their face as they contemplate their own futures and their own prospects for survival, stay out of trouble, stay on a positive track, and still they might end up in the same place. Imagine how you would feel at that funeral watching those young men's faces as they walk by you after looking at their classmate in the open casket. In addition to these young people that have been killed in my district in the last year, there was also a beloved elderly shop clerk and mentor to young people in the neighborhood, Geraldo Serrano, 71 years old. He was shot and killed in Roxbury at approximately 10:30 in the morning by two teenagers, just 16 and 17 years old. Mr. Serrano had been praised for his commitment to his community and to his family. And the important thing to remember is that it was not just these 4 victims that were lost in these scenarios. We as a society have also lost the perpetrators, the young people who are so far lost to us that they picked up a gun and committed these heinous crimes. We risk losing more young people to that path and that kind of devaluation of human life if we do not do something different now, in real time, this year, in time for this summer. Youth summer jobs is that we've talked with the youth workers, meaningful work experiences that will give them a sense of accomplishment and self-esteem, a connection to caring adults and a larger world. In many cases, earnings that are essential. This is the one that they have prioritized. And we have asked these young people, teenagers, to make insane choices, prioritizing among the fundamentals, the different, and giving them an experience that will keep them on a positive path. Earlier this year, the whole legislature, and indeed a national spotlight, came to focus on the problem of bullying in schools because of the death of Phoebe Prince and Carl J. Walker Hoover. And I'm proud that this body passed an anti-bullying legislation in recognition of the problem of bullying in our schools and the need for this legislature to be part of the solution. What I am asking you, my colleagues, let me say that again, my colleagues, what I am asking for you is to do the same that we have done for Phoebe Prince and for Carl J. Walker Hoover. The children in our urban districts are dying too. I ask you, my colleagues, to fund this line item. Give these kids a lifeline out of the cycle of violence. I urge you, I ask you, I implore my colleagues to vote yes on this amendment. Thank you, Madam President.